Very much, gentlemen, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your patience out there, as we do apologize for the slight delays that we had before this final game. But we are now ready. We're going over to game number 88. It is time, Erangel, once again. Let's head over to our commentary team as Lee will be accompanied by Avenger for all of the action and all of the guns.
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, here we go. And as Twitch chat says, D-Man, save us from this desk. Here we go. So as you can see, Chris obviously switching out there. Looks like Frolica is standing in for him. I hope nothing too serious has happened, but it does look like there will be a change of player there. So Chris obviously having to step out, which is fine. Razor Edge, by the way, actually having a fantastic day. Hope it's nothing I said to him, you know, pressure that I may have put on him, but we are seeing Frolica come in. But it is a decent playing for the final game of the day, and joining me for this one will be the Big Dane himself, or Dutchman, as I called you earlier for random reason, I don't know why. But Martin,
it's because I'm flying around so much.
That's
the
it.
Flying Dutchman, right?
You are a global icon, a treasure, national treasure, and I can't think whatever else gets said, but it's Golden Boy's line there. But Nasus looks like he's going to beat Six Mode to the vehicle.
That was a perfect landing, Nasus. Holy wow. Look at all this, though. Reciprocity. What is happening here? Are they gliding all the way down? Looks like they're gliding all the way down to the military island. Yeah, they will be. They're not going to be contesting Unity on the northern side. It's going to be okay. We could have a 50-50 circle on the southern side.
G2 and
Never
TSM
mind.
are all taking shots at them. Now, okay, we're back to the north again.
And this is massive for CrowCrowd because they needed a good game. And historically and statistically, they've been doing massively, or have been doing great, and gotten massive amount of points compared to all their other games, especially on these northern circles here. So they need to hold it together. I expect them to rotate towards the plane, and they're going to be camping and sitting in the crash for some time until they know further. They might even be taking the very good compound that is just southeast of that a little bit.
Can we talk about the fact that in Phase 1, the final week,
yep,
TSM had a disaster?
Yes.
So far, TSM have 5 points today.
Not good.
Navi have 6 points.
Not good.
You know, this is a team that's under pressure. Luckily, Yannick obviously has been here the whole time. They have been a team that has been fairly consistent throughout, in fairness. But today, it seems pressure may well be on.
And you know what? That is what a 96-game league will do to you. You get confident. You get comfortable. You don't prepare as much as you would if it was a short tournament, and you get a bit more lazy because you get the mindset. And I hear the players often say this. I hear them say it. No worries. We've got X amount of games to go. We've got 50 more games to go. Blah, blah, blah. All this. This is the last thing you want to tell yourself. You want to constantly be over yourself. You want to have your coach be on your neck and tell you, you need to improve. You need to do this. You need to make sure you don't do these mistakes.
It goes back to the discussion that you guys on the desk had many weeks ago. Saying, you know, the different approaches. You have to approach it every weekend. This is the best of 12 tournament. We need to do the best we can.
Exactly. And GLL is going to be 18 games.
It is 18 games, yes. I was obviously doing the math that, hey, there's 3 caster pairs. There's going to be more than 4 games a day.
Oh, you're not only going to do 1 game a day. You're going to be doing 2.
I know. Yeah. I was, you know, I was doing the math. I was like, okay, what's me and Hypoc doing? Are we doing 1, 2, 3?
Imagine doing 1, 1, 2.
Yeah.
And then you swap each day.
Yeah, it'd be exciting.
You know. Sixmo, he spotted Nasus. He's going to be rotating quite early.
But
he wants to go on the northern side. Obviously, you want to cross this bridge. Vitality's going out extremely early here. Look at this.
They're securing the spot ahead of DA. They know they can get camped on that bridge and maybe making sure it doesn't happen. Crap, that's some nice driving, by the way. Keep your eyes on that one, Froz, out the back there. That's how you drive. Not like that. No. But it's fine. He had it covered. He's got rails. It's like when you're bowling, you know, and you have to put the rails up.
Oh, the kit.
But anyway,
the children rails. As
going back to the league. I mean, obviously, this is the first year that we've had a league for PUBG. But if you do take a look at other leagues, this has happened before, right? I obviously been there, done that with League of Legends and varying even Counter-Strike to that standing that when you have a long league format, yes, you do get lazy. But this is the point when you need to realize this is a job. Yes, it's fun to begin with. Yes, you're a competitive player, but you're beyond that. You are now a paid, salaried player to be professional and turn up week in, week out and do your job. And that's obviously, if you were to look at the early days of League of Legends, it was similar to this right now. You know, teams got lazy. Teams stopped practicing. They weren't VOD reviewing. They weren't doing whatever they're doing. And that's
Not good enough preparation.
And that's the point where those players no longer became players. They got replaced. The fresh upcoming talent, which will be out there in PUBG. There'll be tons of it. Now that there's a league format out there, you know, we've got the Open, the Contenders, that leads into this. There is a structured system that will lead into place. And these players, you know, if they don't get their acts in gear, will find themselves not replaced instantly, but
over time,
they will see over the time, over the years, that the fresh up-and-coming talent will absolutely replace them because they'll become so professional. If you look at, you know, Counter-Strike right now, League of Legends right now, these are established league-type structures that are in place, even Overwatch as well. And yes, it can
look at this. The favor is being returned.
But you can get caught out, and well, Sixmo and D8 may well be feeding that. By the way, D8 having a cracking day. They've actually almost matched the points they had the entirety of last week already today.
That is massive. Really knows when to step it up. Look at this. Winstrike taking the Cubes compound.
That's the water, boys. There it is. Yeah, so going into Saverni, CrowCrowd, well, there is enough of a ditch there if they can go down lower. We used to see FaZe going into that sort of beachhead ditch compound sort of area, but ENCE, yeah, they're probably going to go down to warehouse. You can see Squeaky's already there, but the Knights, if the ENCE are not quick enough, the Knights are going to beat them to it.
Look at this CrowCrowd already here in this spot here. They usually play as predicted. Condor, they have a 2-2 split, obviously. The other guys are still in Servany. They wanted to get some more loot. But this guy, look at this, the tap, stacked up. 3 nades, 5 smokes.
This is a crash. Team Liquid, Gemty's holding them busy on the side. We're seeing NIP and Unity also crashing the other side. Team Liquid come in, Nasus goes down. Jazz, the last man standing in there. At the moment, this compound is overrun by blue. And Liquid will flush out Vitality. Who is left for them? They've got the 2-2, and it's Shadow and Kramer on the other compound. And that's the danger. We've said it so many times throughout Phase 1. You know, the old trial, and that's actually, in part, I'll get to the battle that's happening in place. That's Unity getting picked apart here. Dastish and IP doing the job. But that's in part due to the fact the league structure is. We're seeing more professional approach to these battles. You know, 2-2 splits are getting pressured so many times, week in, week out.
And I love to see it. You love to see how the players they play to get some more, better position. This is some nice nades.
This is good. That's good. So that look at that pressure they're putting on him. MBS, that is the last split-second revive. Yeah, it's not going to work out from him because CrowCrowd up on the hillside. Unity also taking Miraku down, and NIP are getting pressure from every direction. VOD, the last man standing.
Very unfortunate here for VOD. It's going to be hard for him.
It's been a bad day for them as well. NIP, they've only got themselves 9 points today so far. Not being good. You can see that's 10, so they've just hit double figures. You know, compare that to last week. I think they had 70+ points, didn't they, last week? So they've got a bit of work to do. We thought they were going to chase TSM, but...
Oh, nice. That's well played. Yeah. Nading in the big room, forcing them into the small room, then holding the angle. They're very well played by Unity.
It's not over yet. They're going to continue to exchange.
We're going to extend it outside.
I'm interested that they fight for that compound. I don't like that compound myself. That one down there, because you're surrounded.
Yeah, you're surrounded. It's really hard to get out of as well when the circle finishes away from it. Obviously, this is Circle 1, and this is kind of the last week tendencies when you see some of these teams trying to get themselves into a good spot. Liquid as well.
Do we think
try to push out, get some information onto Raise Your Edge. And as you said here, blue team wins in this compound, taking out Vitality.
Based off last game, Southern shift?
No, this is gonna be Northern. Oi! I love it.
Good God. Oh, we saw it last game. It looked like it was going south. This time it goes north. Navi on the mountain. Reciprocity also laughing about this one. Oh, my God.
Wait, is it one of the...
What is going to happen here? This is... Oh, good Lord. So the rotations, I mean, you only need to look in the northeastern circle here with FaZe, TSM, Raise Your Edge, Vitality, Knights. They're all going the same direction. They're all going for the same bridges. There's only a couple of them.
This is a mountain ending.
This is horrible.
This is a mountain ending, I guarantee you. Yeah. It would be weird it not be.
And, you know, with, I think it's, what, 13 points between the top 4, which is a difference of $60,000 between first and fourth.
Oh, yeah.
That's so much on the
So
line.
close.
Like, even though that, yeah, they're all qualified, but the amount of money that is available to these guys, and obviously, you know, not only that, the pride of coming in as the champion of Europe for PEL Phase 2, but here they go. The mass migration is on. Where do you go here, Martin? If you were shot calling, what do you call this? This is horrible.
So obviously these rotations here, I mean, you see so many going in on the eastern side, as you see in the small picture-in-picture here. And that is honestly the play going into the circle. You want to be on the southwestern side somewhere. Another play could be, considering everything, it could be obviously playing in George, trying to get across the bridge, trying to get some of the George area, because you know that NIP plays there, and they most likely have left because they were very close to the center of the first circle. And you've seen them fight. Look at this here. They're going to be going even further here. The volcano area, Fastball's already in the top. They're not going to be stopping here. You can't really gain anything from here. So they're going to be continuing all the way. I think they would be continuing even further south, maybe even south of Pochinki to get on that southern side to maybe get into some of the spots around Gaka and see if they can get some information off there. There's also a radio tower available. You can see Liquid here playing Cube's compound. They might be able to pick up some kills, but everybody, literally everybody except them, CrowCrowd and ENCE, they are on the eastern rotation. Knights, Vitality, FaZe Clan, Ratio Edge, TSM, G2, and Digitalytics, they will be coming in from the southeastern side of the circle, and this is going to be rough. We're going to see such a fight, especially if this next circle here, if that doesn't go south as well. It can go center. It's only our phase 4 and 8 on the super settings that will go away from water.
It could shift north again.
It could shift north, and then it will end on the northern side because the majority of the mass will be on the northern side. So with that, CrowCrowd, Liquid, all these guys, they would be laughing. Currently, teams are in a good spot right now for any circle, no matter where it goes, is Liquid. They're in a pretty good spot. Unity has a 2-2 split as well on both sides. Winstrike looking pretty good no matter where it goes because they have a compound where they can shoot at everybody. Southern Shift will be very good for Na'Vi. It will be very good for Reciprocity, TSM, Vitality, FaZe Clan, and Ratio Edge, obviously.
They're still going. I mean, you can see it in the mini-map there. TSM, Vitality, Knights all parallel with one another. FaZe even further out, way out in the blue. May not even get inside the blue before the circle hits.
Oh, no, Woogie. I think he might have, unfortunately, fell off the car there because I'm quite sure that he did a drive-by.
Yeah, to shoot.
Transferred to passenger, shoot at him. He K-mined him. Nice shots from Michael. He's going to take a crown. That's Vitality out in 15th. Oh. That is so unfortunate already. Woogie's probably going to die to the blue here. They're not going to be able to finish him up or get him up.
They had the curse of Froz back in the Vitality. Here we go. Okay, South George Mountain. We knew where it was going. It was almost certainly going to pull down towards the mountain now. So phases rotate. Look at it. You can see they're coming in.
Oh my God!
And they're actually going to get to that compound. So they're going to get pull in the yellows here. If they can scout ahead of them, they should see that it's available. Unless they're too slow to move, you can see that compound. Shiv is already on his way to it.
Yeah, Shiv want to get the double grace there. If FaZe Clan are able to scout that, that would be amazing for them. But they are the western side. The southwestern side is literally 40% of no teams. So you want to see this team continue rotating here.
TL crashed the mountain. They've got DA pulling up on net right behind them as well. Samti's getting the shots down low. DA were trying to move out of the ruins and get into this, and now they found themselves in kind of no man's land here. 6 months UAC is down and done. FaZe continuing to try and make this move. TSM taking shots on the backside of FuzzFace there as they move into the yellows that Fuzz just left behind. Mexi having to heal himself up with Uber way outside as you see the damage from Team Liquid up on high. Pouring paint to Digital Athletics. They've had a great day so far, but they can't stop yet.
Very unfortunate here for Digital Athletics. Nice shots from Mellow Senpai. He's going to take off Tisserin. More rotations are coming in as well, but let's focus here. FuzzFace close to TSM. Senpai and CrowCrowd, they also need this. They are on the northern side. They need to cross. Nobody's really holding them.
G2 and the Knights also clashing. That's kind of down towards the yellows that I think G2 would certainly hold in. Knights will back away from that one. Winstrike, D8, they're trying to find themselves a home. They've actually ended up down the north side of the mountains and should be safe for now. But M19 are in eye shot of them now, and that's a team that would love to get points off. DA! Oh my God, you saw the crossfire come in and both of them drop at the same time.
With a headshot as well on both of them. That's so unfortunate. That is Digital Athletics out for today. And a decent day, though, if they can continue this. Ooh,
TSM moving to the crossroads. They're going to be split between Reciprocity. They've kind of gone for the ditch position there. Meanwhile, the Knights pulling up on G2 and fall into the wayside as Chris finds yet another. Reels and Drayden, the last two standing for the Knights. They've had a relatively decent start to the weekend. Had themselves a 3rd place on Miramar just earlier on, but Drayden and Reels, oh, that nade's bounced on the back. It's going to catch a chunk of damage on Reels. Chris with another nade.
Ratio's going to take down Drayden as well. The last player standing now is Reels from Knights.
Right. Big plays from Marcus coming out here. Let's feel it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Pittsburgh Knights are going to go down 13th here. Very unfortunate for them. Unwanted spotty. There's an M249, and one of the players that I would love to see that gun in is Chris.
Something that I can tell you is that G2 are currently in 1st position.
That is correct.
That is a big move. TSM have moved to the hill. They actually got through. FaZe Clan crashing onto Reciprocity. The 2-2 split. Shiv's going to get out of there, but Scoom will not. So FaZe did finally move into that compound, and there's the circle shift once again. It goes onto the mountain, where there is a big slice of crates in there from Georgipol. So now the mountain is going to get very, very crowded. Here comes CrowCrowd into the crates. Dastich, the last man for them. Winstrike trying to pick them apart, but look down the side. You've got Raise Your Edge and G2 and Team Liquid all on the eastern side of the mountain, as CrowCrowd will move into crates fairly unscathed from M19. Meanwhile, on the south, you have Reciprocity and FaZe that have to move up the mountain.
The winning play here is not going into the crate area here, though. The statistical chance of it staying there for the whole fight is very low. The play would have been to go on the mountain somewhere on the side and play off there. So CrowCrowd stopping here is the safe play, but not the winning play. Gonna go down here. Dastich with Set. Oh, it's gonna go down to Hello Senpai. Set is gonna be able to be picked up, and that is Unity down in 12th place.
Here we go. This is the fight we needed to see. Raise Your Edge trying to chase down TSM, who themselves are in the mountain. Team Liquid just holding them at bay. Gatekeepers effectively from this circle. The roadside is where the circle is, so Raise Your Edge, they have to pass over somehow, and this is an unenviable task to get over there right now. But Winstrike are offering some cover fire. Team Liquid taking some flack from there. You can see Jempty's health being knocked down. That's Winstrike from the houses.
TSM is coming as well. Na'Vi, aware that TSM is below them here, but it's actually, so if Na'Vi want to push and have some information in TSM here, they're going to expose themselves to the whole northern side. M19, CrowCrowd, and ENCE, they're going to be shooting at them. They don't want to do that. Raise Your Edge here, they're trying to get into the zone. They're just on the edge. They're literally racing on the edge right now, trying to get into the zone, but Liquid, fully aware of where they are. They're going to be gatekeeping them. Jempty's going to take down X-Chris, though. Which is not X-Chris.
FaZe got an open shot here onto Jempty. Not going to go for it.
No, it's going to
Could have saved his team a certain amount of heartbreak there. James is finding G2 down low. Fast round. Now he's going to open up. Realizes Jempty, but couldn't finish it. Oh, Samty turns on him. You don't shoot to the twins without taking repercussions. Sigsy trying to do what he can to get his team across the road, but this is not a good position. Tixu catches Samty. Sigsy still the last man standing. Going to try and go for the revive, but you can see James from down up on high taking the shots.
I really want to get Samty up here.
G2 have snuck behind Team Liquid on the mountain.
Oh, an 8. Oh, that's a massive nade.
We've seen Team Liquid get caught out a number of times in this position. G2 have got on the hill behind them. So Team Liquid, while they may well be holding them, look at the minimap. You can see Brexco and Chris, they've got completely flanked the backside of Team Liquid.
And this is a fight for top 4. This is the fight for the money. You want to get as much as you can. And obviously, the pride of winning. And
Navi are watching this play out. They are not paying attention to FaZe Clan moving up the hillside on them.
And G2 setting up shop here. Look at this. This is perfect positioning for Liquid for when they have to get into the circle, because it's most likely not going to end there because they're just on the edge. 60 trying to stay alive as much as he can. 11 teams alive, 36 players. We're soon down to half here. We'll see how the rest of the players are. And usually when we have players and teams on the top side in an early game and it ends on the top of the mountain, they usually tend to get pinched in between everybody else and they lose out. I think that could happen to Na'Vi. As you see in the map here, you have so many teams around them. It could very well happen here that now that FaZe Clan is going to have to push up, Reciprocity is going to have to push up, and G2 is going to have to reposition. I see a Team Liquid fight coming with G2, and I see a FaZe Clan with Na'Vi fight coming right now. TSM is going to be happy in this circle. They're going to be playing it a bit more safe, waiting for everything to happen. The northern side, though, as I said before, the winning play going into crates is not it. You're not going for the win if you're going into the crate area. You're trying to go for a placement. And remember, 65 to 70% of your points is going to come for kills, so definitely not the point game right there for them. ENCE is still alive on the northwestern side. They're going to have to try to go in behind FaZe Clan and put themselves in a position here, but ENCE Has spotted out the boys.
Winstrike have moved to the ditch. That's going to give them a little bit of cover, but Team Liquid and G2, they kind of have to slug it out themselves first before they can deal with Winstrike, as Tixu's been found by Gustav. Big kills between the two. Winstrike, they're trying to push for that top 8, but with the Knights having a good day, Winstrike seemingly butting heads with just about every team they find. Hasn't been so great for them. Sigsy coming out of the blue, trying to do what he can, but he's been spotted. It's actually the blue that will claim him, but it was Ibi that landed the shots. Reciprocity still trying to move up that hillside. Oh no, what's coming behind FaZe Clan? It is ENCE. Mikaz and Truffoli completely catching Uber unawares down low, and FaZe Clan suddenly in trouble.
And also a fight with Reciprocity and G2. Meanwhile, on the main screen here, we see CrowCrowd with a 19. Massive fight here to try to survive this, but both of these teams, they're gonna die. There's none of these teams that's gonna survive unless they have a car and they can get into the bottom of the hill. Wanderer, one of the top fraggers, currently sitting on 90+ kills.
I'm surprised ENCE didn't flush that. They actually backed away and Uber's getting revived. So CrowCrowd, that nade's gonna just bounce off. That it can go anywhere in here. M19, they need the points. They've had some good weeks recently. The Wanderer's been putting in some absolutely epic performances for M19. Rafi found out by Brexco. That's all happening on the mountainside. You can see Haxedi and Shiv trying to make that climb, but it's unenviable for them. M19 still with 4 alive. Everybody crowding towards this corner area of the crates. ENCE gets fine. That's going to be Senya pushing on them as ENCE. No, you don't need your own player. That's all gone wrong, and CrowCrowd look to be finishing off M19 here.
That's extremely well played here by CrowCrowd. M19 with an unfortunate self-knock. Wanderer is going to be taken down. The only D-Mash is left alive now. Meanwhile, Reciprocity is fighting with G2. Shiv has spotted. Oh, look at that. It's going to take down Brexco. Most likely also finish him off completely. Gustav is going to find Teme from Winstrike.
It's getting messy either side of that hillside. I mean, TSM, Winstrike, ENCE. The other side of the hill, Reciprocity, G2, Team Liquid, all moving up. Now we see the circle. It's actually yoinked away from the mountainside. Gustav's like, I'm running back down the hill. I might find central position. TSM need all the points they could get, but unfortunately, Bestelosh has found Rory. ENCE gets taken down by Pokamolodoy. It's going on the hillside. We don't give a monkeys what's happening in the crates. Now we do see the actual points. These are the players that are playing for hundreds of thousands of dollars at the top of the table. And they are the people we should be seeing. Pokamolodoy looking down low. Fuzzface, you haven't got the trajectory for the grenades to reach that high as Shiv continues to sneak around the backside of Chris.
Shots here coming out from Senya. He's spotted. He has no helmet. It's one shot here with an SKS with no helmet. Not able to connect it. It's Chris going to find Haxedi.
Mexi on the flank. He's going to try and get around. Is he going to be enough? He gets one, but he can't get the second. Bestelosh delivers, gets the flush down, and FaZe Clan will fall. They've got 3 back on their feet somehow. That nade almost pinpoint accurate onto Fuzzface. You hear it rattling at the side of him as he tries to turn one around, but look at that. Headshots coming in from Na'Vi, just proving they are the kings of the hill.
Well played here by Senya. Nice shot coming out. Uba taken down to half or 75% HP here. More shots are going to be coming in.
How's he not
finished off,
it?
and FaZe Clan is going to go down to 9th
My word.
place here.
Took a bit of work to get him down there, but now the battle has moved away from the hillside, so they've got to push down into ENCE here. TSM, meanwhile, have gained ground. Chris has actually snuck away. Team Liquid are sneaking up behind Na'Vi here. Na'Vi, they might get caught napping, as will Shiv possibly push up behind Team Liquid. They're trying to go for the revives, but TL are pushing.
And CrowCrowd here, they have been given an extended hand. A hand of God, I would say. Maybe a hand of PlayerUnknown himself, with this little slight circle being in. Now they can shoot at everybody, try to get a bit more kills. They need it. As you can see on the leaderboard here on the left side, it's extremely close still. On the bottom 10.
Just sometimes nade damage surprises me. Anyway, Team Liquid, they're moving back. They realize they're a little too late for this. They want to try and catch Na'Vi and FaZe mid-fight. But Shiv strikes. Can he get the 2v1? No! He'll go down. It's 8th place for Reciprocity. Jeans won't have time for a revive on EB because Na'Vi are pushing his back.
More positioning changes coming in here from Na'Vi. They're going to be trying to get down Liquid. They're going to be trying to push all the way down to Winstrike here.
Oh, Jeep spotted. That's he's caught out from every angle. No way he's getting out of this one. Pokamolodoy
trying to turn around.
Shiv in the end, obviously, with the bleed damage onto
Oh, this is going to be hard for Na'Vi. CrowCrowd, they're going to be harvesting points here. Bestelosh been taken down by Set. Finished off as well. Look at more shots coming in here. 10 kills so far, CrowCrowd, and then they also have guaranteed themselves a top 6 place. They're going to be finding the rest of the Na'Vi players as well. Deuce has been found by H-Chris though.
I hate to say it, but the crate play has paid off.
It has indeed. It's still not the winning play.
It's not the winning play, it's the shift that's actually paid off more than anything, but Set's in a great position. We've still got Winstrike up there, but Na'Vi now being picked off. G2 will fall. It's 6th place for them. The question is, who's got the most kills between them and Na'Vi? We'll see. It looks like Na'Vi are going to be securing that top spot still just by kills alone. Placements, obviously, that will come with it. Thrifly gets Senpai down. That's a play. That's the crates going down as CrowCrowd try and move over, but Winstrike are lighting them up.
Trying to get a lot of shots in here. Oh, he's going to be going down. That's Tiksu. Oh, he's going to finish him off as well. One more shot.
And this is what you were talking about, right? This is exactly what you're talking about. The crate play, because you have this open field. Look how many smokes they've got to put down, and they've still lost 2 in this cross.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, it's from a statistical point of view, obviously getting that circle is very important, but when there's only like a 20 or 30% chance of it having a little bit of the crates in, then you're not going to be guaranteeing yourself. They could be very lucky that the next one goes to them as well, but over 96 games going into a place that you don't know is going to be centers is not the play often. But they got a lot of kills from that. It's paid off dividend, but it's definitely not the winning play from a statistical point of view. Trifley, though, has spotted Gustav, I think.
Yeah, the solo player, and then the rest is a 3v3v3. If Gustav can be dealt with by ENCE here, they're going to try and nade him out. They realize he's down by the rocks.
Gustav is a clutch player, though. 70% HP here.
We've seen him pull out 3v1s multiple times in this phase. Taban, Nuki continue to trade blows. Oh, no.
He should not attack them yet. Oh, he's going to do it. Gustav's going to be taking down one. Finding one more, I think. Oh, it's so close. CrowCrowd has found him, though.
CrowCrowd in the back. And I'll tell you what, I think he may have done that there, but Kemba, has the damage been done to ENCE? That's the question. Are they down in the open? Winstrike, they need all the points they can get right now. They've had a really bad day. They've got CrowCrowd on their heels as well between 9th and 10th place. Both these teams looking to try and get what they can.
They used all their smokes just to get to this hot here. If they don't get the next circle, it's going to be so rough for them. Let's see if they are lucky. Oh, it's going to go away from them. And look at the other guys. They're definitely into the circle. CrowCrowd will most likely not be able to survive this. Winstrike, they can move. They have 2 cars. They can just move them a little bit more. They're going to need lots of cover. They can play down by the trees down here, even take the rock or anything like that. And ENCE and Winstrike cannot see each other, so there's going to be 2 teams of 3 shooting at CrowCrowd, trying to get into the circle here in just a small bit of time.
6 Finns versus 3 Russians. I think we've seen this before in real life. CrowCrowd moving down. Tiksu knocked. 12 kills, by the way, for CrowCrowd so far. They may well, they will leapfrog Winstrike. They're actually in 11th place at the moment, but they could be looking to get to 9th and chasing down that 8th spot that the Knights currently hold. Squeaky, well, with a Mini 14 and a Mark 14, they're the guns you want to be shooting into the smoke with. Kemba, look at the flank coming out from Kemba. He's going for it. There's a crate out there as well. He may be able to get himself the crate and get an angle onto Squeaky. He's trying to do what he can as this 3v3v3 continues.
Nice shot,
the
Squeaky.
headshot. That could be the difference. Kemba's now taking shots. You can see the muzzle flashes from Mika's screen. He knows that he's there. It's actually Tiksu that finds him. He gets a tight little angle there, and Nuki will finish it out, and CrowCrowd are falling in the open. Set, the last man standing. He's going to fall out, so it's CrowCrowd that will go down in 3rd place. Now it's the Finns that will do battle. Winstrike versus ENCE.
It turned out good for me anyway. It was not the winning play. It was a massive play for points, though.
Justice.
Justice has been done. Statistics did redeem themselves. But ENCE, Winstrike, 3 versus 3 here. It looks to be that ENCE has a slight upper hand here, but the nade. Oh! Look, he's 1 HP!
God, he got away with it.
He's 3, though.
He's only got bandages. He's got no first aids in there. So really, Trifoli is down and out of this fight. So it's almost down to a 3v2. We'll see what he can do. It's almost just scouting for them as Mikas doesn't have a great deal left either. No utility you can see between them. Trifley, oh, the ballsy play. He tries to go for the crate. Mikas gets down. The nade's going to continue forward. Squeaky from range. Oh, no, he's taking hits from the blue. That's a tragedy. That may well cost him. Jorski, you can see, has a bit of an angle on him. They're going to try and get the shot. Squeaky will go down, and that leaves Trifley all alone.
On the flank.
On the flank, up close and personal, but they don't know his position. Tiksu should see him. Tiksu, the highest fragger for Winstrike.
Oh, the flash!
Bang. Trifley trying to go for it. Make sure you don't get hit by the blue. He's just picked up level 3 gear. Goes down, sees Joski down low, but Joski finishes him off. And Winstrike will take themselves a victory. Every team that has been chasing the points today has picked up a win. They are all on fire this weekend.
What an amazing game. I do love Everest endings more than anything. They're extremely hard to play, but those rotations, you can see them from the northern side all the way down to the south. So many of them actually paid off a lot. Navi having the high ground. As we talked about, mid-cast, when you're at the absolute top of Everest and you got so many teams around you, you tend to be pinched out. They actually played it well. I'll give them that. They managed to get a decent position and a lot of kills from that, but that shrink towards the crates, that really paid off for CrowCrowd. That was amazing for them. They needed that. And they were actually extremely close of, before they started having these amazing games here today, they were extremely close of being into the relegation kind of danger zone in the bottom 6 there.
We're seeing so many teams really picking it up when they have to. The pressure is on and they're delivering. We saw Reciprocity at start of the day. They think, right, let's go for it, let's chase it. Digital Athletics respond. They pick up a win. They have their best weekend so far, or the best, certainly the first day. Obviously 2 more days to go. G2, well, they're chasing the top spot. They may well have it. We'll see. It's going to be very close. We already have 1 point difference, right, coming into this game. They've already had a bunch of kills between them. And now Winstrike, who are falling away. You know, it's a big fat 0 for 9th, 10th, 11th. Doesn't matter where you are if you're outside that top 8. But if you're in 8th place, it's $15,000. It's massive. It's such a step